My brothers and sisters, hello. Welcome back to Soul Talk. Thank you so much for stopping by and tuning into this frequency. I hope you are having a good day and night. All the stars and how they're so bright. Something came to me today. Something I found to be a little interesting. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But I just thought, have you ever wondered why it hurts to look at the sun when it's so bright? When it's at its brightest? You ever wondered why that is? I'm not sure which way to look in this camera, so it looks like I'm looking you in the eyes, but my eyes look pretty dark tonight. Anyways, so it's not supposed to be good for our eyes to look at the sun when it's so bright. And I had this thought, this analogy. Well, stay with me because I wrote it down today, because maybe it'll make sense if I read it aloud. So, yeah, have you ever wondered why it's hard to look at the sun for too long when it's at its brightest? Or why you can sun gaze, which we'll do a video tomorrow about sun gazing. I'm getting better, but I'm still a little sick. I'll do a video tomorrow about sun gazing so that we can go over it a bit further. But for now, why you can gaze at the sun, 20, 30 minutes before it really starts to set without it hurting your eyes so much. Because it's dimmer. Consider that you are as bright as the sun. Okay, because you are. You really are. You are that white light. Okay, that bright white light. And it can be really blinding, right? It can be really blinding. So maybe this is why we pull away from each other. Follow me here. For fear of there being too much light. Do you ever get that feeling? You're around somebody that you feel like you've been looking for this kind of person, not just in a romantic way or anything like that, but just this sort of energy, this sort of light. You've been looking for this sort of person for so long, and then you found it, and it can be overwhelming, right? You're not sure if it's real. But when we were stars in the night sky, we weren't so afraid, right? Maybe because there was a certain amount of darkness around us or in between us. Even now, we're more comfortable. Our eyes are more comfortable staring at the stars in the night sky than staring at the sun. I know there's all kinds of scientific reasons, right, for why you can't stare at the sun for too long. I'm speaking in spiritual speak, right, because this is soul talk here. So, in a way, we're defying logic. So we're more comfortable staring at stars just because they're seemingly surrounded by darkness, but those spots of darkness are merely just the space in between each star, the absence of light, right? So we are just like those stars. I mean, we actually are. We are those stars. We're just needing a bit of space so that we can shine. And it's all right because we are all one. Right? We are all part of the same star system. We're all part of the source. We were all created by the very same source. There is no real difference between you and I. Our consciousness was birthed from the same one consciousness. one star that expanded. If you've looked into sacred geometry, which we can go over again at another time if this is something that interests you guys, if you haven't even gone into it much further, I'm getting into it more and more myself, right? Or a certain amount of remembering, but it all started with one consciousness, right? And so one star expanded. Why did that star expand? Because does any of this space even mean anything if we don't have anything to share it with? So we expand. We expanded over and over and over again because we enjoyed sharing the space so much more than being alone. That's the flower of life, right? Let's see. Existence, consciousness, matter, life, form, over and over and over again. So anyways, that was just a thought that I had, and I had some more things that stumbled off of this, but I'm not really sure if this is something that interests you guys yet, so I just kind of wanted to start off the video that way and consider the fact that we are all one, right? So, considering the fact that we're all one, is there any such thing as failure? What is success? Success is determined by, each person's idea of what perfection is supposed to look like, right? But if you consider the fact that we were all created perfectly and perfect exactly as we are, there is no such thing as failure. Really, there isn't. Because if that moment in time, that which you think you failed, brings you to the next moment that turns out to be even greater for you, then was it really ever a failure at all? I don't think so. So, they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Well, the thing about beauty is that it's not necessarily just something that you see with your eyes, something you see with your mind's eye. Because even something, I can tell you this from being in such an ancient place, in a place where things have started to build, been torn down, built and torn down again and again and again, and then just left in ruins. Some of these so-called temples, or most of these so-called temples, see, there's churches and then there's temples, and most of these temples, all of the temples in Rome and Greece, they're ruins. They're in ruins, right? But I was, I was reading this part of Eat, Pray, Love, one of my favorite parts, when she is in Rome, and she said, ruin is a gift. To see something that which was built in a certain god or goddess's image, right? And torn down in a city built all around it. Ruins is a gift, right? It's a piece of time that somehow is timeless, and it's a really great metaphor for us, right? For this life. So, to see something that was once perfect in ruins, and yet we still find perfection in its imperfection, that is us. You are that. So, even something that is ugly can be beautiful. Why? I don't think beauty has to do with the eyes. You know, I think it's something that we truly feel. I think that it's the energy, it's the light that comes from it. Right? Beauty is light. Light is beauty. Otherwise, how would we be able to say something like, when you're beautiful inside and out? How do we know they're beautiful inside? Can you see inside of someone? Do you have that kind of x-ray vision? You can feel it from the inside out, right? The inside of your core, your mind's eye, your third eye, can see into that person, and your heart has eyes to see as well, right? So your heart can see into another being's heart, and you can sense magnificence. So nothing you ever do is really wrong unless you've gone out and killed someone, which please don't, because there's really no reason to put that kind of damage on your soul and somebody else's, right? So unless you're going out every day and you're maliciously trying to hurt someone, and I truly believe that if you were awake enough, you wouldn't be able to do that, right? If you were aware enough of the world and the beings in it and what is at stake, you wouldn't be able to just go out and do that. So let's assume that all of us here are conscious, capable beings. Otherwise, why would you be on this channel? I certainly hope any negative forces wouldn't be tuning in. And if you do, just know that I believe that I am protected, and I believe that all the beings that are watching this are protected. So having said all that, I really do believe that even if something right now seems to be plaguing you, even if you feel like you're trapped in a certain space, like you just are never going to get out, it's an illusion. You're there for as long as you need to be learning something. Sorry. Okay. You are where you are because you're meant to be learning something there. There's something that can teach you there. And so even if you don't really like it and you think that this place is ugly, the beings here are ugly, no one here is like me, I'm the only individual, it's an illusion. You're there for a reason. You know, it might be from a past life, okay? This might have something to do with a certain karmic debt that you owe. So there are things that you can do, there are clearings that you can do, there are energetic protections that you can find, and we'll talk about that as well. There's so many things to talk about and share with you guys. But I can tell you that I had an idea that I was stuck in California for my whole life. All I ever wanted to do was get out. And I've been gone for almost 5 weeks. And I'll tell you what, there's still things about California that I don't like. But I am able to recognize that I love the friends, my soul family that I have connected with. And I truly believe that the love and support and embrace that I received from them and my blood family brought me to where I am today. Right? And there was so much that I learned from all of those people, and I can't wait to be with them again. A totally different me that is more aware, more open, able to listen and communicate from my heart. I've learned so many things from them. So even if I didn't like the place of California, I recognize my place in California, just as I recognize my place in the world, all over the world. You can spread love, light, and harmony from a shitstorm. I promise you that, okay? it's power that you can cultivate, really is. So you may be stuck in the Midwest and you hate being in the Midwest. I understand that. You may be stuck on the East Coast and you can't stand being in the East Coast. I totally get that as well. I really do. I understand what it's like to just not appreciate where you are, or to feel like there's no way to appreciate it. But there is. There are negative and positives everywhere, right? It's, because of a certain amount of damage that has happened all over the planet and a certain amount of unaware beings, you're always going to be able to find something that you don't like about somewhere, but you can always find something that you like about somewhere as well. And you are beautiful. You are perfect, just as you are, right? We can continue to shed layers of ourselves and things that which do not serve us. I agree with that. And we can always better ourselves. But just know the core of your being is perfect. So you're exactly where you need to be. And you are beautiful. So anywhere you are, beauty is as well. Right? And if you want to change the future, well, you are an ever-expanding, evolving human. And the universe is ever-expanding and evolving. So in your existence, you have already changed the future. Let that shit sink in, okay? Let that shit excite you. Okay? We are the future. But we are the future in the now, right? So be in the now and embrace yourself. Embrace yourself the way that you wish to be embraced. Picture the source and how much it loves you, okay? How much the universe loves you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. So if you're able to recognize that, then be able to see that you are perfect, just as you are. And if you feel lonely, well, just know that if you love who you're alone with, you can't be lonely, right? And if you don't feel like you love who you're alone with, well, you got a friend in me. Ask and you shall receive. Leave your name in the comments. Okay, reach out. I'm here. We've got nothing but time, but also time is of the essence. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe and share. Please share, because this is not just me talking to me. This is a conversation we're having here, and this is something that I want to be able to reach everyone, okay? Because we're not alone. We share this planet, right? We share this planet. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for being. I see you. I appreciate you. I hope you are having a beautiful day and night. All right?